Welcome to KocoSports. I am the huge one, aka the idiot, Dave Koco from Wrestle AM podcast on YouTube, KocoSports, and wherever you find podcasts. And of course, I'm always live on twitch.tv, KocoSports, because I fixed my computer. Hopefully it sounds better. Hopefully the volume sounds better. All right, as always, we ask you win, loss, or tie. What did you think of the event? Hold on. I'm going to find out what the Gaijins think. Gaijin hotline? Bring, bring, bring. Hello, Gaijins. What's going on? Really? Interesting.
Hello?
What? Hello? Boom, boom. You've been the Gaijin hotline this whole time?
Of course.
Boom, boom. You know what it's like to do these shows?
Fat, pasty white American. I mean, hell, who do you think you're going to get?
Dude, let me tell you something. I've been doing these shows by myself, Kevin Kelly style, and my wife bought me a phone, and now I just call people. And I never knew someone would answer. So thank you for calling the Gaijin hotline. We have some questions. All right, so this is the final night. We made it. It's 800 years. Finally got a co-host. Boom, boom, back. Boom, boom. Appreciate you being here tonight, sir. And as always, we ask win, loss, or tie. Put down in the comments what you thought overall about all the G1, if you watched it all, or what you did watch tonight only, win, loss, or tie, and who you thought some of your MVPs were, and why do you want to strangle Ghetto? Those are the 4 questions you can put down in the comments. Boom, boom. Let's answer those questions right off the bat. Win, loss, tie, tonight. What do you say?
All right, for tonight that main event, for that main event, which is the only thing I watched because that was the only thing I really gave a shit about, I give that a huge fucking win. My God, that was a hell of a main event. 5 fucking stars. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
All right. I'm not as positive as you. I think I give it a win. It's just they have to fix the way they do the undercards. People were begging for Eddie Kingston to have a one-on-one match. And the fact that you just teased a one-on-one match to whenever, it was like, we don't know when we're getting him back in Japan. And I feel like everyone here just wanted to see him defend his title one-on-one, and you set it up the next day, and everyone's like, hell yeah, give me what you got, baby. And then he was in a 5-man, 6-man. Let's go over the matches that don't matter. I mean, the undercard. You got Oiwa and Kiyomiya defeat Labu and Yano via Shining Wizard. I'm reading this off tpww.net. Kiyomiya was a letdown for New Japan fans. It was a letdown for Noah fans, and Cyberfight is idiots, and Kevin Kelly is a moron. We just wish so much more. I just wish he was talented.
Yeah, do you want me to weigh in on Kiyomiya, or are we going to cover this separately?
No. Let's do it. Weigh in on Kiyomiya because,
okay,
go ahead.
All right, with Kaito Kiyomiya, I beg to differ. Now, granted, I've never seen this kid before outside of that incident where he got into it with Okada.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I've never seen this kid before, never seen him wrestle. I think he did pretty good. I think he impressed me. And I found out he's so young. I mean, he's what 90? He's 26, 28, somewhere in that ballpark. I mean,
he's young, the future of Noah if they don't screw it up, but it's Cyberfight.
So, yeah, I would say that this kid has a huge upside. They gave him some pretty good wins. Hell, they have. I mean, granted, he didn't win, but he had one hell of a match with Sonata, and Sonata beat him with 2 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
I was actually kind of surprised because I thought they may put him in the playoffs just to build some goodwill with Noah.
Well,
yeah. If you're gonna, book other companies' stars, you don't want to have them looking like fucking schmucks because you still want them to send you more stars in the future for events like this. So, I thought in a act of goodwill they would at least put him in the playoffs. He probably wouldn't make it past the first round, but I thought they were going to send him there. They didn't. But I think he had a decent run, and I wish him the best of luck.
Yeah, there's a lot. Pro Wrestling Noah, have you ever seen a rich kid that has everything and still fucks up? That's Cyberfight. Just imagine. Remember you went to university, and you're like, there's a kid who has everything, yet they fuck it up all the time. That is Cyberfight and Noah. It blows my mind. Plus, there's a lot of Japanese rumors that the fans at Korakuen liked Kiyomiya more than Sonata, and the local newspapers and magazines put him over like $1 million, and then they punished him for it, and Noah never defends themselves. Noah is like Marty McFly. Not Marty McFly. Who's the dad's name? What was the dad's name?
Oh, George McFly.
Marty's like George McFly before Marty goes back. It is insane the opportunity they could have passed up on. So it's just like there's a part of me that's like, oh, that fucking sucks. Kevin Kelly didn't put him over. Oh, that sucks that New Japan didn't put him over. But if fucking Cyberfight ain't gonna put, you know what I mean? It's just like, yeah. So it's beyond heartbreaking. And hours we're on it. I've been talking to a lot of foreigners. I've been here 20 years, so that's a weird statement.
Yeah.
Two questions. One about Okada, one about the A block. The A block, everyone in Japan thinks the A block is the best block. But I talked to other foreigners, and like, whatever, there was ties. It don't have star power, it don't have this. And it kind of had my head scratching. Like, everyone I know in Japan is breaking out beers, celebrating, A block is the best block. And then I go and like go on Twitter and stuff, and people are like, oh, A block's overrated. I was like, that's insane. I hope one day people can see talent exposure. What was your thoughts on A block overall? You're representing all Americans right now on this answer.
Now remind me, just because I don't have my notes right here in front of me. But who was all in A block? Just
the good wrestlers. You had Sonata, you had Kiyomiya, Tetsuya, I'm just trying Shoto, Ren. That block, that was the block. Okay. It was the three.
Yeah, and I think Chase Owens was in that one.
Well, we don't really. Hickaleo, we don't really count
we
that.
don't mention that.
Yeah, fuck it. Well, let's look at the good things about A block, shall we?
A block. This is going to be one of my criticisms of this year's G1. I don't think it was necessarily bad. I just think they could have done a better job divvying up the blocks.
Yeah, I 100%. I think B had all the star power, A had all the talent, and C and D were there.
Yeah. So I think they could have done a little bit better job divvying it up. I mean, overall, I think it was a good job, but they could have done a better job divvying up. I liked A block mostly because the new young lions offer I think they call them the the Rewa Three Musketeers.
Yeah. Foreigners don't like that name.
They don't like it. And I think I think they keep pushing it because it pisses them off and they want to, outdo the other guys, which they had some very interesting things going on that block. They had a lot of time limit draws between those guys.
I think the 20 minutes was so much better than the 30 this year.
If we're going to go this route here, I could talk to you about the things that I liked about this year's G1. I was skeptical going into it about the 32-man field because I thought, dude, the 20-man field is brutal enough as it is. But I was like, 32, how are they going to do it? And then they said, okay, well, they're going to break it up into four blocks of 8. And I was like, okay. And then what they did was they lowered the time limit from 30 minutes to 20 minutes, which whoever came up with that idea, give that man give him a big old pat on the back and a hug and kiss. I don't care. That was the greatest idea because it sped up the matches. It created more drama. You didn't have any of this, okay, we're going to stall for time just because we're going to tease people. We might go to the 30-minute time limit draw. No, it really picked up the pace. And plus, they also got rid of those stupid, useless tag matches.
100%.
Back when they were doing the 20-man field, like you would have the A block wrestle, the B block guys would wrestle in some kind of stupid, useless tag match. And then they would flip it over the next night where the B block guys would wrestle in tournament matches and the guys in the A block would wrestle in some stupid, useless tag match, which served no purpose other than to maybe give like a preview. So they went straight into it. A block, B block, A block, B block. Next night, C block, D block, C block, D block. They kept going through all those matches. They all seemed to matter. They created a lot of drama. And I did not really realize how much I enjoyed the playoff system until they got there. Because usually when you're doing like the block, when you're doing like A block, B block, it's just about who wins. Well, when you know that the top 2 guys are going to get to go to the playoffs, maybe your guy, you kind of think, well, your guy's not going to win it, but maybe he's going to come in second.
Yeah.
And then he can eke his way into the playoff. And so I think that creates something more interesting. okay, the guy that I picked, he's not going to win the block, but he does have a chance to come in second. That's get him in. It's going to get him in the playoffs, and he still has a chance to take it all the way, which I think made things a lot more interesting.
Yeah, and they just have to get more talent. They have to like keep the format the same. Just bring in more talented wrestlers. I agree with everything you've said so far. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I just think they have to get rid of some of these older wrestlers and some of these mid-carders. And
somebody had a suggestion, and let me run this by you here.
All right.
I can't take credit for it because I saw it online.
Mm-hmm.
And what about this? What if New Japan implemented a rule that if you finished dead last in your block, you could not be in the next year's G1? And then that creates more
like little soccer.
For the lower card, for the lower card guys, because you talk about guys in the in the middle of the pack, they're on the bubble. Well, if they win this, then and this happens, then they have a chance to go. Or if they lose this match, they're mathematically eliminated from the tournament. They can't, there's no way they can make the playoffs. But I think if you introduce the whole, well, if they finish dead last in their block, they're not going to get to be in next year's tournament. You still now, when you have like the lower block guys, wrestle each other, it's like, okay, well, one of these guys isn't going to be in the G1 next year if they lose. So now you want to watch the match and find out who's not going to be in next year's tournament.
I agree everything about that, except poor booking and talent doesn't succeed. Like if you're dead last, but you're more talented than the guys that make the playoffs. I just think in pro wrestling in general, WWE, AEW, New Japan, Noah, I think talent has to be rewarded. I think talent is the least thing that companies look for. I really do believe that. So yeah, it's a great idea if it's booked well. It's a great idea if people have talent and effort. That's two pieces of the puzzle that pro wrestling does not reward anymore. Are you talented and try hard? Well, what does that have to do with anything? And you go like, oh, it's a business thing. But then you go and look at the business numbers and like, no, it's not. It's definitely a favoritism thing. So to me, it's that. And one more thing I want to say that they can improve on next year. All the blocks were baked. All the blocks were booked the same. Everyone was the NFC South. Who was going to make the playoffs? Have a block where two guys dominate. Have two blocks that are close. I felt like if you go and take away what Ghetto basically does, take away talent and effort, it's the same fucking story on every block. Oh, I can make it if I win and tie. Oh my God, it's going to come to the last match. And I understand you want to do that, but you don't want to do it all the time. And also another thing, less upsets. Like when Will Ospreay got upset, that was like a huge upset. But there was like 6 upsets within 48 hours. Less upsets and only one NFC South. Maybe 2 NFC Souths. I'll let you get away. But, Boom Boom, do you want to see an NFL where everyone's an NFC South?
I do like that they did have upsets because you're going to get that in tournaments. Like, you see that every year in March Madness. There's always that number 15 seed who upsets the number 2 seed. You always see stuff like that.
Yes.
So that it would make sense that you would have that there. I did like that they went to time limit draws because, again, it adds more drama because you're thinking, well, if they do this and you start doing math in your head, they did double count outs. I kind of, this is going to sound strange, but I kind of wish we would see some disqualifications because I'm looking at you, House of Torture.
Yeah. I got a question for the Gaijin Hotline. You represent all of Americans.
Oh, okay.
Why the fuck do you guys like throwing shit? Like, if you look at Bullet Club, they're always throwing shit. And then people are like, fuck yeah, I'm fucking jerking off. He's throwing a table. He's throwing fucking goddamn piping that weighs half a fucking ounce. Are Americans just going around throwing everything everywhere?
Oh yeah, that's what we do, don't you know? Like I just pick up my alarm clock, just throw it against the wall every morning. I have to go get a new one every day.
Understandable. Okay, I don't want to attack your culture.
You know, I crumple up the wrapper and just throw it in the garbage can. You know,
because my friend asked me, and I was like, dude, I don't know. I've been here for like 20 years. He's like, dude, why do Americans like
they're
throwing
probably talking about,
things?
just
No, I mean, we're talking about Bullet Club and all that. Just,
yeah,
I
Bullet
mean,
Club. Especially like Gabe Kidd. That's all he did the entire tournament was throw
and
shit
it's
around.
sad because he's so talented. He doesn't have to be that. I mean, he has to because
No,
Ghetto
no.
tells him to be that, but he doesn't
Well,
have
yeah,
to.
because it was just like he just needed to wear a white T-shirt, and somebody took like a black Sharpie and just wrote the word "heel" on it.
But my one Japanese friend's like, why do Americans like throwing stuff? I'm like,
And
I don't
besides,
know.
Gabe Kidd's not American.
Whatever, dude. Fucking foreigner. Congratulations. All right, moving on. Master
All right.
Wato, Shoto, Homa, and Nagata. Nice to see some legends. Homa, Nagata, you need some more legends with you. This ain't the grandpa one. Defeated Nakashima, Yuta Nakashima, and Strong Style. Eddie Kingston. Dude, Eddie Kingston looked so happy all the time he was here. He looked like he was at fucking Disney World. I
Yeah,
loved it.
Kingston really stepped it up. I mean, to me, this is when they booked it with Eddie Kingston. I was sitting there thinking, I think the reason why they booked him is because there was really no ego involved. He just wanted to be in the G1. He just wanted to be able to say that I went there and I did it.
Oh,
And
definitely.
so he was one of those like, but we're not going to book you for the playoffs. He's like, I don't give a shit. I just want to be in the G1. I just want to see if I can do this. This
I
is
just want to go to
my
Cornwall.
dream. So
It was.
it's like he got to go.
Go ahead,
He
sir.
got to go to Disneyland. He just didn't get to ride Space Mountain. But he's like, who gives a shit? I got to go to Disneyland.
Dude, he looked so happy everywhere he went. His happiness made me happy. Anyway, Eddie Kingston, Ishii, Tanahashi defeat Tiger Mask, Kojima, Tenzin, Makabe. So there you go. The Mighty Don't Kneel, defeat Oleg, Taguchi, Yoshihashi, Goto. They booked so much that when a team didn't have a name, I got mad.
Oh, by
I was
the
like, if
way,
you're gonna have
we
4-on-4, just
mentioned,
call the other assholes. Go ahead, sir.
I believe it was mentioned that this was Vegeta's last match as a young lion.
Oh.
He's going on excursion now.
Oh,
So
nice.
Ichiban Sweet Boy, he's going to go on tour. I think he's going to go do some dates in Australia, and then I think he's headed to Rev Pro.
Oh, that's cool. I love to see that. Yeah, just because the last couple batches of young lions, can we send them back? As a result of Haste pinning Goto, Nichols and Haste will be the next official challengers for Goto and Yoshihashi's IWGP Tag Team Championships. I'm not gonna lie to you. Until I read that sentence, I forgot they were tag champs. Moving on. Jado, El Phantasmo, Hikuleo. Boom, boom. Listen, I know I've been here for 20 years and we've been friends for a long time. I don't mean to brag, but I've invested in a lot of companies. Wrestling bars, sports bars, wrestling companies, regular companies, been to sports bars, been to wrestling bars, been to tons of sports events, have season tickets. I have met a few of the Japanese. With that said, I've never heard a Japanese person ever say the name Hikuleo. So if you see a foreigner going around in South Alabama, or wherever you are, sir, and they say, dude, Hikuleo's over with the Japanese, I have never heard, 20 years here, I have never heard a Japanese person say the word Hikuleo. I just want that to be clear, because there was like someone that was on Twitter, the guys that like retweet shit, and you're like, oh man, that's cool, you're retweeting? Oh no, you're just stealing. Okay, cool. That party. And
Right.
they're like, oh, Hikuleo, he's over with Japan. And I just want you to know, if you learn anything from me from right now, I have probably spoken to 5,000 plus Japanese dudes. Not fucking one person has ever said the word Hikuleo. We're talking Wrestle Kingdom. We're talking Korakuen Hall. We're talking Shinjuku Face. We're talking sports. We're talking bars. We're talking clubs. We're talking libraries. We're talking any fucking where. I've been here for 20 years. I've never heard one Japanese person say the word Hikuleo. So if fucking someone out there says, oh, Hikuleo's over with the Japanese, boom, boom. I want you to fucking whip out your tiny dick and piss on him, okay? Thank you.
Hikaru's booking actually kind of shocked me.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
he's only
yeah,
tall.
I guess maybe it's kind of a relief to see somebody surprisingly, make it to the playoffs. That maybe they're trying to make somebody. I just thought it came completely out of left field.
Yeah, so did Sean Bradley.
Yeah.
Following the match, I'm just reading this off. Tamatonga grabbed Finley's never openweight championship after Finley tried to attack him with a first setup challenge for Friday's Finley's title. I saw it on Friday. I was like, what the hell? We have a show Friday? Hikaru and ALP did the same with Gabe Kidd. And, okay, so basically they're like setting up matches and grabbing each other's titles.
Yes.
I wonder if they're going to do it again. Oh, yeah, they do it 2 more times. Bushi, Takahashi, Tetsuya. I love Tetsuya, okay? Listen, I even learned how to say his fucking name because I, as a person that's lived here for 20 years, retired, all that bullshit, there's nothing more. There's 2 sounds that I fucking hate, okay? Okay, so one is the TSU sound. I fucking despise it. I actually did not go out on a girl. It's Suji or whatever. Tetsuya. It's like Tetsuya.
Yeah, the T is silent.
Yeah. But anyway, I fucking hate it. I despise it. It's the fucking irk. I kid you not. There was a girl that I was gonna date that had the TSU name. I didn't say no, this ain't gonna work out. I didn't say why it wasn't gonna work out, but it was because their fucking name had TSU in it. I ain't doing it. I ain't fucking doing it. I ain't fucking doing it. That, and let's go over across the river here. China. I love China. I'm no John Cena. I'm not pro-Chinese government, but the Chinese people, it doesn't matter who their government is. The people are always kind. You don't learn that until you've been over outside of your country and you travel. When you're like, oh, damn these people. You mean damn their leaders. You know what I mean? But even though I might not love the Chinese as much as John Cena does, with that said, X, like Twitter, how is that pronounced in Japan? She. That's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. I ain't fucking dealing with it. I ain't dealing with it, Booms. I ain't fucking dealing with it. Like, okay, XIXI. That's XI. That's how you pronounce that. No, it's like, oh, that's she. No, it's not. Get the fuck out of here. No. Boom. Those are the only 2 problems I ever had. Been to over 30 countries. Only 2 problems I've ever had.
Well, consider yourself blessed.
Bushi, Takahashi, Tetsuya, and Shingo defeat the United Empire. Dude, I love factions when they have to put all this shit together. But by the way, this was a huge one. Tetsuya, by the way, please, you change them. You don't change. I fucking love you. Spears Will Ospreay through the fucking galaxy, okay? They started, like there's a multiverse of madness? There's a multiverse of Tetsuya. Will Ospreay started in Tetsuya verse 1 and landed in Tetsuya verse 6. It was amazing. Tetsuya beating him as a result. Tetsuya pinning Ospreay. He becomes the next official challenge for Ospreay's recently renamed IWGP United K Championship. I'll make a separate video on that, but I love that. I love the idea of that title. Following the match, Eddie Kingston came out and attacked Tenere, and I could just tell you my Japanese friends were like, who gives a fuck? Because everyone thought that match was going to happen tonight. So, poor Eddie Kingston, you got your first Japanese who gives a fuck. Like, oh, what is it going to happen in America 12 years from now? Ooh, I can't fucking wait. Let me buy my tickets. Fucking ghetto.
Yeah, what? Okay, I got to ask you. Coco, I don't know if you weighed in on this or not on your shows, but
Go ahead.
What did you think about Hanari's face tattoo?
I don't know. It's like his tradition. I kind of wish they told us more about it. Just give me a second. It's tradition, so I'm like, hey, that's cool. But I wish they taught us about it instead of yelling at us. Like, when he went on Twitter, he's like, it's not a gimmick. This is my culture. Like, bro, fucking pass a note to Kevin Kelly and tell us. Like, I don't know. I just felt like it went from, wow, I know nothing about this, to now I'm being yelled at pretty fucking quickly. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I think it's cool. It's tradition, I don't know. It's better than, having, I don't know, fucking love, peace, and happiness tattooed on your ass or something. But what'd you think of it?
It's like, look, I understand it's a cultural thing. It's part of like the tribes there in New Zealand, and so I understand that and I respect that to a point. But also, I'm like, this is the modern age, and I've just got like this issue with face tattoos. I just feel like you're limiting your career options at that point.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I don't know, because like if in New Zealand it's normal. I don't know. I would have never faced a tattoo myself, but at the same time, like if someone said, "Hey," because I don't really have any traditions, I was passed around. But if someone's like, "Hey, dude, it's a tradition that we do this," it'd be kind of cool. But I don't know. I'm indifferent. I just don't like the fact that he started yelling on Twitter. He's like, "It's not
Yeah.
a gimmick.
The
This
only
is
thing
my
that
lifestyle." It's like, bro, you gotta fucking educate us. Fucking calm the
the
fuck
only thing
down. Calm your
that
tits.
you know the one thing that Hanari did in this tournament that I absolutely hated was on night one when he started throwing shoot headbutts with Mikey Nichols.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
And because then Nichols starts giving him a receipt, and then while he's still staggered, picks up Hanare and drops him on his fucking head
Yeah.
because he can't balance him. Like, if I'd have been New Japan, one, I think one of two things I would have done. Like, one, I would have said, congratulations, either you're out of this tournament, or I'm going to have you jobbing out the rest of the way. Or B, better yet, I'm going to go get Katsuyori Shibata, sit you both down, and tell you what the fucking dumbasses you are.
Yeah. That North America really got mad about that. In Japan, we just said, "Oh, he fucked up the spot." Like it was weird that the longer I live
Well,
here, there's different reactions. Like
it wasn't that he fucked up the spot. It was the fact that they were throwing shoot headbutts. He
yeah.
was staggered. I mean, he was obviously not, you know, I mean, he got rocked. He may have
Mhm.
had a concussion. We didn't know.
Yeah.
And then yet he's still going to pick up his opponent and then, knowing that he can't execute this move properly and then drop him on his head, thus risking, I mean, he could have broke his neck
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and he
No.
could have done something else. So that's why I'm upset. It's
No,
not that he botched the fucking move. I don't give a shit about that.
no, no, no. I
He put
understand.
his
Go ahead, sir.
put his opponent in real danger. I was
No,
gonna say he just put his opponent in real danger.
no, I completely understand. I'm just saying I didn't hear one of my buddies mention it. Like I just think like
Mm-hmm.
people see stuff differently. And the longer I live
Mm-hmm.
here, the more I'm like, oh yeah, people do see stuff differently. Like when I first moved here, I was like, we're the fucking same. Chopsticks, forks, who gives a shit? But when it comes to like pro wrestling, what we love and love, like I noticed that with the Kitamiya Okada thing. Like everyone in North America was kind of rooting for Okada. I didn't make none of my Japanese pals or mates. I've been here too long. I'm starting to sound Australian. Fucking were on Okada's side. So it's weird. Like, it's just there's a difference because like you're really mad, you're really angry, and I'm not taking that away from you.
Mm-hmm.
Like on this side, we just shrugged our shoulders. Well, man, fucking it happens. But yeah, I don't know. It's a tough call. It is a tough call. I thought Hinare was one of the best, along with Will Ospreay in the A block. I thought he was really shining. Will
Yeah.
Ospreay,
Hanari. I feel like Hanari really grew up in this tournament.
yeah, yeah, and Will Ospreay I think is one of the best in the world, if not the best in the world. I think the United Kingdom Heavyweight Championship is best, and he's doing so much more for New Japan than anyone else on the roster. I really
I'm
believe
not.
that.
Am I the only one who was surprised? I can't be the only one who's surprised that he didn't make it to the finals. I mean, I thought they were gonna. I was picking early on, like I had like a handful of guys I thought were gonna go to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
Okada was definitely one of them. Because I like, who do you think would go there? Osprey was another, and I'm
Yeah.
surprised they've not pulled the trigger on this guy, and I don't know why. I mean, this guy. I mean,
Um. Okay.
uh, from
Yeah.
talking to you, it, I understand that loyalty is a big thing in New Japan, and then also when it comes to foreigners, if they're going to go with a foreigner, they want somebody they know is going to stay. They don't want somebody who's going to pull a Brock Lesnar on them and just take the belt
Yeah.
and fucking just bolt, or if somebody's going to pull a Carl Anderson and just sign a contract with WWE, start missing dates and everything. but Osprey has proven himself to be loyal to the company. I mean, he was there in the during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So I mean, and he's been there for a better part of a decade now. I'm like, what more do you need? What more does he have to prove? I mean, he's have to cut his fucking pinky finger off to fucking prove his loyalty? What the fuck?
No, it's you have a guy that's running the same plays since the 90s. Like, I don't know, 2010, 2012, he's basically ever since Prince Devitt changed the world of New Japan Wrestling. I apologize, we can maybe Google search that. He's gone with the same playbook every fucking year. He doesn't fucking know any better. That's what he does. He's a broken fucking man. People are like, he's the fucking booker of the year. We're cool, what year? Because they're all booked the same. Long-term booking. Wow. Like, you know when it was really noticeable? When the AEW commentary team, Tony Schiavone, said, so what's his deal? Oh, he hit rock bottom and came back? Oh, cool. Cool story. What's his deal? He hit rock bottom and he came back? Okay, what's his deal? He hit rock bottom and came back. Okay. Tony Schiavone literally stopped asking what this guy's deal is. Tony Schiavone's like, I got it. Rock bottom, came back. He literally tells the same story over and over and over and over again. So there you go. House of Torture and Just Five Guys. Fuck. Dude, this was... I just felt like I was in a waiting room, pacing back and forth. When's the real match gonna start? When's the real match gonna start? I have no idea. Like, here's the thing. I could be wrong. I think the only people that like House of Torture, and I don't think there is any, is two people. One, they love everything. And once again, if you love everything, you have no value. Second, if you hate everything, you have no value, but I don't think those people are evil fans. Is the second group of people that's like, ha ha ha, pro wrestling fans are angry. I never understood that demographic of people. I don't understand that. You know what I mean? I don't understand that, but it's there. As a result, Sho pinning Taichi here in a title shot. I don't care. I don't fucking care, man. All right, let's talk about the main event. All right,
wait a minute. I got to talk about House of Torture for 1 second.
Okay.
And I thought about this the other day, and I figured you could appreciate this, Coco.
Okay.
I understand House of Torture. I understand their gimmick. I understand their shtick. I completely understand it. Mm-hmm. But again, from a logical standpoint, let's just step out of wrestling for a second. Let's apply this to the real world. Mm-hmm. We know that House of Torture, their thing is that they cheat, that they'll, low blow, they'll use weapons, they'll fuck up the referee. Well, that leads me to my point here. Imagine this. Imagine, okay, you people out there, listening to this podcast here, and you work, whatever your job is, just imagine you're working at your job, and there's this guy, and he walks into wherever you work, he just walks in your business, walks right up to you, and punches you right in the face, just one time, bow, right in the face. You're like, fuck, what the hell? Who the hell is this guy? And he just walks out. And then you're like, what the hell was that all about? And then like a day or two later, maybe a week later, same guy walks in, walks right up to you in your business and punches you in the face again. You're like, shit, somebody catch that guy, call the cops, do something. I mean, certainly after a while, wouldn't you go like, hey, if you see this guy, don't let him in the building. In fact, if you see him, call the cops. Every time he's come here, he's just walked right up to me and punched me right in the face. So if that's the case, why isn't like the New Japan referees like, okay, these guys are coming out here, they're putting their hands all over us, they're slinging us out of the ring, they're throwing wrestlers into us. Why the fuck would you not like either start disqualifying them, start complaining to management, be like, look, every time, every single match that these guys are involved in, we get hurt. We get hurt. So can you either do something about this, or what do we need to do? I mean, that's my thing on.
But you don't understand. It's King of Sports. It's Grand One. It's the best athletes in the world. God damn it. God damn it.
I'm now damn Coco's laughing because he's picturing some guy like working like the register at like a McDonald's get punched in the face.
That would be hilarious. But I don't know. Oh man. All right. Let's talk about the main event and then we'll talk overall. You got Okada, the company man, Naito, the people's champion. Both of them past their prime. We'll talk about Okada. A lot of Americans don't think Okada's past his prime. I don't understand that. Like, I don't understand this storytelling. Oh, he's an old cranky man and he's beating the shit out of the young guys. No, he's not. He's a married Roger Dorn who ain't trying. And here's the thing. Do you guys watch all the matches? Do you watch... Dude, the World Tag League, boom, boom. I will pay you $100, 100 American dollars, if you stay up every night and watch the World Tag League to see Okada mail it the fuck in. There isn't. Listen, dude. I'm on a fixed budget. I'm retired. I will fucking take it out of my retirement plan. Hopefully, I'll die soon. And I'll send you $100 if you watch the fucking World Tag League and be like, oh yeah, Okada's in his prime. I don't know. This match was great. And I also think there's some KocoSports, some Japanese conspiracies, if you will. Okada was planning on winning this. That's why they had Chono there. And the internet and the locals and everyone were like so against it. Now, they could be working you, brother, but I don't know. That's one of the conspiracies. Overall, the semi-main, Naito versus Will Ospreay was a million times better. It started off slow. This was a pretty good match. I'm not as high on as you, but I've also watched every single match and the N1, so my patience is up to here with Okada. But yeah. What are your thoughts on the main event, sir? Hot tag to you.
Damn, that was a main event. I know it was like, 35 minutes, but my God, that time just absolutely flew by. Say what you want, those two guys can still go when they want to.
No, they can't. That's embarrassing.
I have mixed emotions, Coco, because I will agree. I know Naito's past his prime. I will concede that. Okada, I think he's not as good as he was, but it's not like he's like on this Tanahashi decline.
No, here's the part. Can I just say one thing, sir?
Yeah.
Naito is held together by duct tape. Okay. So he's injured, he's super popular, super beloved, and he can barely walk to the ring, but can still get a good match in there. Tanahashi has aged with grace. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, I'm not the same man anymore, but I'm still here. Okada got married to a very wealthy woman and turned into Roger Dorn and fucking mailed it in. He is not the man. And here's the thing. A lot of times people are like, oh, Okada's just as good as he is now. And I want you to do this. This is the homework assignment, because sometimes Koco grew a beard. He's a little crazy in his retirement. I want you to find one match this year when he was in a tag team match. And then I want you to do one random match when it was not Tony Khan's Ring of Honor, any Ring of Honor, because he didn't wrestle in Tony Khan's Ring of Honor. And watch one tag match where he's in Ring of Honor. And if you tell me he has not fucking dropped 8,000 fucking steps. 8,000. And here's the thing. You get to pick the match. I don't. You can randomly pick any fucking Okada match in last year's fucking World Tag League and compare it to any tag match he had at Ring of Honor. Do you think this Okada is the same Okada that fought Kenny? Do you think this Okada is the same Okada? No. That fought Ibushi a few years back? Mm-mm. Now, he's either super injured or super rich. And I think it's the latter. I don't think he has the heart and determination to move on.
All right.
Go on.
So, with that being... Okay, I will say this about the match itself. I love the match. Absolutely love the match. In fact, if you have not seen the match, I would actually say go out of your way.
It's probably the only
watch this match.
It's probably the only match worth watching tonight besides the end of the Ospreay fight.
Right. So I would recommend you go out of your way to watch this match. It was super good.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I am completely confused now by Ghetto's booking. Completely confused, Coco. And here's why I'm confused. Because they had Okada go in as the champion this year.
No, Sonata's the champ.
No. I'm talking about earlier this year. So
Okay, yeah.
Okada starts the year as the champion. You know, he does his thing. He loses it after the New Japan Cup to Sonata. And remember, they made him 1/3 of the never openweight 6-man champions. And I thought, okay, maybe this is what they're doing. They're trying to bring, they're going to throttle back on some of these guys. They're going to have, because remember, he was 6-man, he's 6 tag champs with Tanahashi and Ishii.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, okay, well,
That's his red balloon.
You're going to preserve. You're going to preserve their bodies because these guys need to take a step back a little bit because
Not
all
being
three
a
of those
G1.
guys are getting older. Exactly. They're gonna they're gonna take a step back and they're gonna start pushing some of the younger guys and start getting the next generation ready. And then you had Naito. Stop me if I'm wrong here, and I could be completely wrong on this. I believe one of the controversies about him was he was working in New Japan without a contract. He was getting paid per appearance.
Yeah, because he wanted that match with Muda and he wanted to travel around. Here's the thing, Naito is really clever, and people that do this are clever. Mm-hmm. One thing that like the English commentary in New Japan never mentioned is that if you are older and you take time off and go around to different companies, that is really, really good. So Naito, when he was a free agent, he got to go against Muda, one of the biggest matches in Japan history, and then got to wrestle in different places. People love that shit. Like when you get to All Together, I guarantee the people that get the biggest pops are the people that work for multiple companies.
Okay, yeah, because he also made a stop in All Elite Wrestling a couple months ago.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, they're getting ready to transition, because it seems to me like they were getting ready to transition Naito out. Like he was going to lose control of LIJ, or they were going to dissolve the faction, because it looked like they were just kind of hanging on.
They sell way too many t-shirts.
I know, because I feel like the only thing keeping the faction afloat was, until Tsuji joined, but I felt like before that it was just Takahashi and
Shingo and another gang.
Yeah, and Shingo Takagi. I thought that was the only two things really keeping that faction afloat at this point. And then now it's like Gedo goes
Bushi.
right back to the well.
Yeah, that's all he knows. He doesn't know anything else.
Yeah, he goes back to the well. I mean, it's like, picture this. Picture there's like a well, and he's getting water, just dropping buckets down there, taking water out of the well. Well, if this was Gedo doing this, it would be like, okay, he drops the bucket down there and he pulls it up one day and there's just nothing there because the well's dry. And he's like, well, shit, that ain't good. And then he just jumps into the well with a fucking shovel and starts digging.
I got another one.
Maybe I can find water again if I dig deep enough.
Do you remember Bart? Good old trusty Rock. That's Gedo, except with Okada. Good old trusty Okada. That's why there's a lot of conspiracies, if you will, that Okada was scheduled to win tonight, and just the people were like, "No, we're not having any of this. Just stop."
So,
go on, sir.
I just feel like this main event came out of nowhere, and this goes back, to what I was saying just a moment ago. This is why I feel like it doesn't make sense to me, because I felt like, okay, they were in the process of transitioning Okada down so that way you could give room for, it doesn't mean he can't ever come back to the main event scene. He can't ever make another run. I just thought they were going to back off on him so that way they could push some new guys, get them established, and then get them ready for the main event scene. And then I thought, well, with Naito, his career is winding down because, of eye injury, because his knees are shot. It just looked like he's lost it because, I thought, okay, maybe they're going to start breaking up LIJ because Sonata left. And I thought, okay, well, he's working without a contract. They're about to, and then out of nowhere now, it's like going with these guys who've been loyal with them through, the pandemic, through thick and thin, who've, stayed with the company for a better part of a decade. They're not getting their chance. They're instead going back to the well. Now they went back to Okada and Naito.
Yeah, and what they were selling the story as was that this is Naito's last chance. And everyone's like, so Naito's not going to be in the G1 next year? So they're trying to sell it as Naito. Plus, you can go Naito, Sonata.
They did.
Good.
they didn't really like storyline it that way. Just from what I watched, unless maybe I'm missing something with the backstage interviews that are in Japanese that I can't understand,
Yeah, well,
or there's like some shows or some shit.
commentary was selling that a lot.
Well, that's what they were selling it now once he made it to like the semifinals.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
when they started, really selling that. But before that, before the fucking tournament, it was just, it was just,
Yeah, business as
Naito. He's
usual.
just there. Yeah, it's just business as usual. It wasn't none of this, at least not from what I could understand. Like he didn't do like a promo going, I felt like we've lost it all. Sonata walked out on me. I'm going to give this. I'm pissed. I'm going to go give this more shot. I'm going to main event the Tokyo Dome. There wasn't like this booked like, you know, the story is, he hit rock bottom and now he's working his way back up. This wasn't like, okay, the story is Naito hit rock bottom, now he's working his way back up. So it's the rise, fall, rise method. Instead, it was just, here's Naito. He's at bottom. He's at bottom. He's at bottom. We're going to go to the G1. Holy shit, he won the whole damn thing. It's like we went from 0 to 60 in like a second.
Well, welcome to Ghetto Booking 101. To save it, there's could be, and they're not going to. You know how Naito retired Muda? Well, Naito's not 100%. What if Sonata retires Naito at the Dome? But I don't know if Naito's career is end. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think his career. I mean, I think maybe his days is like, maybe he's going to get one last run, or this is the last two, major hoorah for him. Now he's going to go into Tanahashi mode where he's still there. He can still go, but he's just not going to be that main event guy.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what's going to happen. But I feel like, judging from the G1 finals, I feel like no matter what happens, the fans are always going to lose, because no matter who won, I mean, we were going to get a rematch, because if Okada wins, okay, we're going to get a rematch to the New Japan Cup. Okay, Naito wins. Okay, now we get a rematch of that New Japan Cup tournament match where Sonata beats Naito, then leaves Lij. Yeah. So we're going to get a match we've already seen before. We're not going to get a fresh matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I thought we had a chat at will. But yeah, it is. Here's the thing. This is something I've been bringing up a lot lately, and I just want to get your opinion. The main event in New Japan, no matter how negative or how positive you are, father time, mother time, sister time, all the time family is catching up on them. I think everyone, no matter how positive you are, you can agree on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the new guys, the A block, looks amazing. The young guys are coming out. Is this the worst mid-card in New Japan history since the modern era? Like, there's a gap from I want to see these young guys take over to holy fuck, you're old. The stuff in between is pretty fucking weak.
I wouldn't say it's weak. I would just say, there is a huge gap. And I feel like it's a gap they need to fill sooner than later, because, Ghetto's whole booking strategy just completely hinges on the fact that Okada stays in the business, stays healthy, and doesn't retire, doesn't get hurt.
Yeah. And it's hard because he's so wealthy. He's married to the Japanese Oprah Winfrey. He doesn't have to ever work again, so. Dude, $100, boom, boom. Listen, I'll even go a step farther. $100 on Twitch. Hell, I'll even do it on YouTube if you want. Watch party every fucking World Tag League if Okada's in it. I want you to fucking suffer and see what we see here. Dude, there's 2 tag matches. I'm not making this up. It's on Wrestle Kingdom. Go look it up. There's 2 tag matches where the match ended and Okada walked from the back without an opponent. He literally went to the back, rested, and came back. And I was like, what, did he have to poo? Was it an emergency? He did that twice. You know, like you brawl in the back with a friend? No, he walked in the back, his team won, and he walked his ass back. It is fucking amazing, brother. You gotta fucking see it.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. I wish Asahi TV wasn't evil and, their CEO, embezzled money. And during the pandemic, they told everyone not to go out and then they threw a woman off a bar. I wish they weren't evil and told us that, fair use doesn't exist. I just want to make I want to get highlight packages of the Okada that we see that the rest of the world doesn't see. I just want to show it. Dude, the match ends and he's in the back, bro. He's in the back, not brawling with someone. What is he doing? I don't know. It's amazing. 10 out of 10. Roger Dorn. For those that don't know who Roger Dorn is, sometimes I forget that we have a younger audience, or I don't know, not everyone's seen Major League. Roger Dorn was a baseball. Go ahead, sir.
Watch the movie. Yeah, watch the movie Major League, kids.
Yeah, it's an awesome movie. Roger Dorn is a baseball player, and he just is really good with his money, and his wife is really wealthy, so he stops trying. That is Okada. Okada is Roger Dorn. And I don't know why North Americans are like, no way, he's an old guy whooping ass like Clint Eastwood on these young kids. And I'm like, where do you see this? Where do you see this? Where? Just, like, here's an example. The spot where Okada's like, come at me, go ahead. And I seen fucking tap dancers tap their feet to see if their shoes are quiet enough harder than Naito tapped his feet on fucking Okada's face. He's like, come at me, bro. And he's like, tap. It's like, fuck, man. Fucking A. Come on, bro. You're fucking killing me here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very nervous because the guys that carried us went to a new company or got old. And the guys that are going to save us are still in the young lion treatment. You know what I mean? Even though they're not young lions, but they're getting the rookie treatment. It's like, if we could just fucking skip this mid card, that would be fucking amazing. Listen, if you're like, all right, go ahead, sir. You got something?
All right, I got some questions here, and this is concerning the future. So we're on topic here, and I love asking you this stuff because I'm setting it up for you.
Okay, I'm trying my best.
All right, of the Reiwa Three Musketeers, this is all regarding the future of New Japan. Assuming everything is done right, assuming everybody gets the right push, the right treatment, etc. Assuming that happens,
and health too, 100% health too.
And health. Okay, assuming everything goes well for these guys. Of the three Reiwa Three Musketeers, which one of the three do you believe has the bigger upside?
Tetsuya, without a doubt. It's not even close. He's at a different fucking level. As long as he doesn't mail it in, he's there.
I was going to say the same thing too, but what is it about this kid? I know he's good, and I know he's good. I don't know what it is. He just seems different than the other two, and not that the other two are bad. I do like Narita, and I do like
No. We're saying who's gonna steal the show?
But what is it about this kid that makes him stand out? What exactly? I mean, he's got this air about him, this it factor, and I can't put my finger on it. What is it about him?
Oh, it's everything. First off, he's an LIJ. That's such a head start. You're in the biggest faction. The only one that came close broke up. So you are. Congo broke up, so you're the number one faction in Japan. So that helps a lot. He's an American football player that the sports world already knew. So it's not like he's not known already. You know what I mean? Like, people knew who he was because he was a football player. Like, the Fujitsu Frontiers, go Frontiers, go, would love to have him. They would sign him in an instant. So he can, like, legit play football, okay? He has a rock star look to him, confidence, and has a genuine, I'm a fucking crazy person look. He has effort. He has hustle. And at a very young age, he has talent. My biggest fear is some piece of shit is going to go to him and be like, yo, slow it down. Work the crowd. And don't you fucking dare do it. Don't be Hikuleo Jr. You can be the greatest athlete of all fucking time. All you have to do is continue and being you. Know what it scared me? A couple nights ago, I apologize. It's all a big blur now. He came down to help one of the people, and like he kind of mailed it in, and that was a red card. You know what I mean? I was like he comes in, and also that headbutt. That headbutt looks so fucking violent, but it's not because of his hair. You know what I mean? And his spear? Oh, come on. I don't think it's even close. I think it's if there's no injury, he doesn't mail it in, and the booking isn't fucked up. He is this generation's Okada. We just gotta we gotta keep him away from those rich Japanese women.
Right. I also think that one thing that helps him is that he's his own man. He's got his own unique look, and again, with all due respect to Ren Narita and Shota Umino, he looks like his own man. Where the other two look like they're clones of their mentors. Ren Narita is a clone of Katsuyori Shibata, and Shota Umino is a clone of Hiroshi Tanahashi. It's just like I feel like if they could really have control over their characters and do their own thing, they wouldn't be doing what they're doing.
Yeah. And not that, but Rolling Stone has already interviewed him. Like, here's the thing. If it's not him mailing it in, not like if it's not his fault or an injury, if this kid doesn't become a star, there's no way any human being could still be on Ghetto's side. Like, he's given everything. He's got everything. You know what I mean? And in baseball, they call it a 5-tool player. He's a 5-tool player. He's got every aspect that you're looking for. Like, the Great Okan, he has every aspect. He's a 4-tool player. Do you know the tool he's missing? He can't actually wrestle. If Great Okan could wrestle, he's a 5-tool player. He's only a 4-tool player. Master Wado, he's a 3-tool player. You know? He's a 5-tool player, you know? When's the last time they had a 5-tool player? I don't know. I will be really heartbroken if this kid's career doesn't do well. That's just me. All right.
Another question here. The new direction of Bullet Club, you've got Finley now as the new leader, and he got the introduction of the War Dogs. Do you think this is enough to breathe new life into Bullet Club?
It'll keep selling t-shirts to foreigners. That's it. The fact that they're like they were like comparing Finley to be the best Bullet Club leader, and I was just like, all right, Bullet Club challenge. Pick any Finley match during this pay-per-view, during this G1, and then go and find any Bullet Club leader of past G01s and randomly pick. He can't beat any of them. Second, you know, Japanese people are fucking tired of them. You know what I mean? They're just fucking worn out. But they sell merch. You need a fucking random white guy. And I'll say it. He's a carbon copy of a carbon copy of a carbon copy of a carbon copy of a carbon copy. And it's just getting worse. ALP's career will skyrocket because he's not in Bullet Club as far as on this island. I mean, literally, this is the clap they go. Oh, yeah, you're a heel. That's good. Get in the ring and wrestle. That's what they're going to do. And then the fucking gaijins are going to be like, you're so stupid. You're clapping for me. Get in the ring and wrestle.
Yeah, even I'm getting like vibes over here in the U.S. Like people commenting, going, "Oh, Bullet Club's so stale. You know, they should have died. They should have."
Well, if you guys don't like it, I don't know who does. Like if you guys ain't liking it, I don't know who does.
I'm not willing to completely give up on him yet because I do like the new direction of Finley because at least now he's got a direction. He's got an interesting character.
Yeah.
Instead of, hey, I'm the son of Fit Finley and I go out and wrestle. You know, at least it's better than that.
Yeah, and oh, go ahead.
And plus, you got the War Dogs, so you got these young guys in there who are crazy, and you know, they're at least doing something. They're not like, you know, Chase Owens just sitting there collecting a paycheck.
Poor Chase Owens.
Another thing, Kenta, my dear God, either he has completely given up on life, or he is dealing with some serious injuries right now.
Yeah, people are calling it the grandpa one. The G stands for grandpa.
Yeah, because.
But yeah,
Kenta. I was expecting some big things out of him, and instead it was just like a bunch of smoke and mirrors and bullshit.
And he's gone. Did I tell you my Kenta story? You might like this. We haven't talked in a while. I was at Pro Wrestling Noah. And, you know, I'm part of Noah's Ark. I get to go to fucking all these exclusive cool shit. Don't mean to fucking brag. And, yeah, we're at the Budokan, and we're meeting athletes, and my wife goes, do you want to buy a Kenta shirt? And I was like, I love him, but he's so bad now. I'll wait until he gets better. I look up, and we're almost nose to nose with Kenta. And it was the most awkward moment ever. And I was just like, I ain't buying your shirt, bro. Like, Kenta's like, all right. And then we just walked by. But, like, I just thought it was fucking just... Because, like, here's the thing. Kenta and Noah was absolutely amazing. I did a video on this. Why do we... We can respect the legends, ask them for their autographs. We can respect legends and say they're great. But if they keep going, that's like right now having Larry Bird play small forward. I don't understand. Hollywood doesn't do it and sports doesn't do it. Entertainment doesn't do it. Sports doesn't do it. Why are we like, oh yeah, this fucking 90-year-old that can't fucking move anymore, he's my guy. Listen, if you're a pro Kenta guy and you're like, I rub my nipples and oh my God, you gotta respect Kenta. Larry Bird, right now. Not in the time machine, right fucking now. We call him up. Hold on, let me get my fake phone. Bring, bring, bring. Hey, Larry. Yeah, congratulations. You're gonna go to the Orlando Magic and play small forward. Okay. What? Orlando Magic, put him on your favorite team. New York Knicks, whatever. If you're not willing to have Larry Bird play small forward, not in his prime, right fucking now, then maybe we shouldn't cheer for these fucking guys and make excuses. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Maybe I'm the asshole. Grandpa won. All right. Any more questions, Boom?
Yeah, oh yeah, more questions. I got plenty of questions. I love teeing this stuff up for you.
Okay, let's do it.
Of all the guys in the field of 32, who got fucked the most?
Kiyomiya and Noah.
So he got fucked, okay.
Easily. Hands down. Like, it's just, Cyberfight is the dumbest fucking company on planet Earth. End of story.
All right. If you could rebook the 8-man playoffs, what 8 do you put in there, and who do you think should have wrestled in the finals?
Well, Will Ospreay should definitely be in the finals. Let me scroll down and get the cards. I can't change the blocks, right?
No, let's not change the block.
Sonata, Kiyomiya, but Hikuleo, Chase Owens, and Gabe Kidd would be towards the bottom, and that could have been the best block ever. So, I say Kiyomiya barely beats Tsuji the last night to get in. B block, definitely Will Ospreay, and you know, if I'm going off just pure talent and what I would do, because obviously you could say Okada, but if we're going off talent and what I would do, ELP. ELP was one of the MVPs of this one. C block.
I had a good story with him.
C block. Eddie Kingston and Shingo. Sure, why not? Eddie Kingston, Shingo. They're the first ones out. D block. Jeff Cobb. And is Zack Sabre Jr. got fire in his eyes, or is he just mailing it in? Because there's two different Zack Sabre Jr.'s. Does he have fire in his eyes in this scenario?
Let's give him fire, yeah, because it's G1. You got
all right. Then
main event at Wrestle Kingdom, yeah.
Zack Sabre Jr. and Jeff Cobb. Let me see. I don't know how the matchups would be, but obviously you can't have a Noah or AEW guy going, so we'll say Sonata and Shingo move on. All right. We'll say out of that, Sonata and Shingo. We'll say Shingo. And then for Will, El Phantasmo, just Will. And for Zack Sabre Jr., Jeff Cobb, I go Jeff Cobb. And in this scenario, Jeff Cobb beats, Will Ospreay beats Jeff Cobb. Will Ospreay beats Shingo. That's what I do. That's how I fucking run it. Obviously, if they don't have fire in their eyes, I just fucking drop them.
Yeah. When I look back at, you bring this up here, and I feel like there were so many lost opportunities, and I'm looking at this as like from a producer standpoint, because that's what I do. I
Hmm.
produce things. Um, I felt like one, I think it was Tomatonga suffered from, and I don't know who coined this, but I love it, is DBS, dumb babyface syndrome.
Oh yeah, yeah. Especially
Um,
especially the teams. Babyface teams
exactly,
are
because
stupid.
there were two opportunities where one, it was the one where Evil won and got punched his ticket to the playoffs because they were announcing there that in the event that Evil lost, that there would be a automatic play, like a play in, they would have to immediately go to like a playoff match, like a
Yeah,
sudden
yeah, yeah.
death match between I think it was Shingo Takagi and Tamatonga.
Can I
And
just tell
then
you
House
something? I don't mean to cut you off, sir,
yeah,
but I just to say something.
mm-hmm,
It got to pop, but the realization it's really hard to catch trains. They ain't going overtime. That was like the number one complaint about
mm-hmm.
Wrestle Kingdoms back in the day. People put their job over their entertainment. So if they went into overtime, people would start leaving because of the last train. So that's the disadvantage of living in Japan.
Again, and again, from a producer standpoint, you got to know what your start time and what your end time is, and you got to keep everything in there. So this is where Booker needs to come in and do this because that would have made sense. Because House of Torture comes out there and they start cheating and doing all this bullshit. Well, you would think that Tamatonga would be like, you know what? If I can get, they're cheating anyway. If I can get House of Torture to lose, I've got a shot to make the playoffs, and I can go potentially main event Wrestle Kingdom. Instead, he stays in the fucking back.
They're all dumb.
I, I don't
Chaos is
think
dumb.
it's
They're all the
stupid.
faces are dumb.
And then I think they had that happen again with I think it was it a Cobb match or something? No, Cobb would have been in the playoff match
Yeah.
had it gone. And I'm thinking, why would okay if you've got a vested interest, like so and so has to win or so and so has to lose or they have to get to a time limit draw, you got to think this is the G1, okay? You've got the potential to make the playoffs, go to the finals, get the briefcase, and main event Wrestle Kingdom, make God knows how much money. Why would you not fucking go out there? Why the fuck would you not? I mean, shit, I'd fucking cheat too. I'd fucking like, okay, you mean I got to make Evil lose and I can go fuck,
It
hey,
it
fuck
it it,
him.
it ruins everything. The whole situation is ruined by it. But yeah, it's true. It just sucks. But we're the king of sports entertainment. Haven't you heard?
Yeah, I just, again, I felt like I mean, the tournament was good, and I hope they stick with this format for next year because it made it really, really interesting.
Yeah.
So they won me over with this format. I just wish they would do a little bit better job of divvying up the blocks so that way you don't have like those stale nights where yeah, I know this match probably didn't happen, but it's like I really don't care if Shane Haste wrestles Yoshihashi. I mean, I know you're going to get those matchups.
Yeah, yeah,
You've
yeah.
got no choice when you're doing a
Oh,
round
you
robin.
do if you have a
But
talented field. That
yeah,
doesn't happen if you
I mean,
get
I know you're going
talented
to get
wrestlers.
yeah, I know you're going to get one or two like kind of like I guess for lack of a better term stinkers.
Yeah.
But
By the
you're
by
good,
the way, I'm wearing an
but you got to
Okada
book
shirt
it
while
to
I'm
where
talking shit.
but you got to do it to where it's you've only got one of those stinker matches instead of like a whole night filled of fucking
No,
stinkers.
you don't. I know this sounds weird, but you can have a good tournament and not have bad wrestlers in it. Just I don't know, man. I don't know why this fucking sounds like I'm fucking creating time travel here. You can just have a tournament where everyone has a set standard of talent.
Yeah, and I feel like the reason some of these guys made the tournament was, one to pad out records, and two, you can have somebody, skate along the bottom, and if they get 4 points, out of the whole tournament, it's not going to kill them. But yeah, but my question is, okay, so you only put in like the mega stars, you only put
No, no,
them
no,
in
no, no. You
who
only
you
put in
get.
talent, not megastars.
Okay,
Okada
okay,
doesn't make it.
okay. Well, talent then.
Mm-hmm.
Who because when you do a round robin, it's a zero sum game. For somebody to win a match, somebody has to lose a match.
Yeah,
For somebody, to they can run the table, but somebody's may have to lose all their matches. Who do you make look bad?
The younger guys and the guys that are not as built up. Here's the thing. Two of the if in a perfect world, not all four of them would be the NFC South. There'd be two NFC Souths and there'd be two that it's over. You know, that's it. Plus you have 800 billion fucking champions. So you're like, "Oh, I fucking won the never East Coast fucking Mississippi title. I beat the East I can't even fucking make up the stupid title. The never open.
I was trying to put Stanford and Cal in the ACC.
Yeah.
There's a football reference for you kids.
You know, hey man, I might be 1-6, but I beat the never open Southeast Western champion of Quebec. And they're like, wow, dude, at least you got a title shot. I don't like that many titles. That's my point. But still.
Oh my God! To me, this is my biggest criticism of Ghetto is just they've got too many titles in New Japan. I mean, just
it's ridiculous.
Too many fucking titles that mean absolutely nothing. Why? Because it's the easiest form of booking. You have somebody beat somebody, and now they're going to wrestle over this title.
Oh, it's the worst.
And when you've got, and it's just like, so they just invented titles for people to feud over.
Yeah. Yeah, it's rough. And I don't know. But the thing is, if everyone's positive, it's never going to improve. So we just have to hope that Tetsuya and the rest of the fucking crew. Because here's the thing, the way it's set up now is that if the athletes choose not to try, it doesn't matter. That's the way New Japan is set up right now. If Tetsuya decides to never try again, his career doesn't change. That's the problem. If Tetsuya decides to give up and mail it in for the next 20 years, his career path does not change. That's the problem. Any more questions, sir?
You know, and yeah, I mean, I know you're kind of down here, but there's a couple more tournaments going on. I know Noah's got the N1 tournament, and I know Stardom's got I cannot think of the name of it right now, but Stardom's got their tournament going on right now. You know, is this like just a case of New Japan being bad, or is this just something that just happens with wrestling promotions?
It depends. It depends. The TJPW one is pretty good. They had good finals. Stardom isn't bad, but I'm only watching highlights, so I don't want to fully commit to that statement. For what I've seen, it's not bad, and people that I trust say it's amazing. The N1 is great. The problem with the N1 is, just imagine having the greatest fucking promotion and greatest wrestlers ever ran by a fucking moron who's afraid of New Japan. It's just, like, here's a quote from a Noah fan. You got to remember, Boom Boom. Now, there's a lot of factors, Muda retiring. There's a lot of factors going on here, okay? I don't want to ignore the factors. But they went from 30,000 people to 600.
Ooh, that is a huge drop-off.
My friend said it best. I don't want to go to Noah anymore because I don't want to get paid. I don't want to pay to be embarrassed. That is bad branding. Like every North American said, oh, the sweep doesn't matter. Do you know, after they got swept, the arena was 1/4 filled, and the N1 has 600 people in Korakuen Hall. You went from 10 feet over. The Tokyo Dome and Korakuen Hall are very close. You went from 10 feet over. 30,000. Now, Muda, yeah. New Japan did not play a factor. Fuck you, North American media. You went from 30,000 to 600. And then you say, hey, where is We Are Noah? I can fucking tell you where they are. Here's the quote. I don't want to pay to be embarrassed. What's the point? Now, you could say, booking doesn't matter. 3,000 to 600. That sounds like, 30,000 to 600. That sounds like booking matters. You can't sell hope and not deliver. That's it. Now, booking might not matter to North America, where people are so loyal. Japanese people are not loyal to wrestlers. I mean, I'm sorry, they're not loyal to companies. They're loyal to wrestlers. It's like, yeah, dude, all right. We fucking fell into it. We are Noah. Like, no one could say we are Noah and not giggle. Okay, we are Noah. Remember when we went through that phase? You remember in high school, everyone goes through a phase? Mine was Jenko jeans. There's something, you know?
Oh my God.
Everyone goes through a phase they're not proud of. We Are Noah is Jenko jeans. Like, why? Now, here's the thing. The N1, way better than the G1, but what does it matter? You're like, booking doesn't matter. Well, yeah, but
So what you're saying is the problem with them is the matches are good. They're just not properly.
They're the most fucking stupid ran company ever. And here's the thing, I'm friends with a lot of the employees. This is their exact quote. You're the only North American that calls us out on our bullshit. Who was invited to meet Noah employees? Who wasn't? You know what Noah and New Japan have in common? And they say this all the time. They say, Koco, you fucking get seen by no one. I'm like, thanks. Appreciate that. You don't really have to add that part in, buddy. He goes, okay, yeah. But there's only 3 types of foreign fans. 1, I wear Bullet Club shirt but don't really watch. 2, I hate everything. Maybe racist, maybe tribalism, doesn't matter. And then everything is awesome. And what they say, actual New Japan employees, Noah employees, All Japan employees, know what they say? All 3 of those opinions do not matter to them. If you go up to me and say, everything is awesome, how do I improve my product? If you go up to me and say, I hate everything that isn't this federation, how do I improve my product? And if you buy t-shirts and say, yeah, I watch the product, but you don't, and most of the time the t-shirts don't go to the companies, yeah. So I try to find the good, bad, and ugly in everything. And it's just sad. And the way I describe it is that New Japan is WWE, and they're afraid to change anything because they're number 1. Noah had an opportunity to be number 1, and you ever see that Best Friend's Wedding? And the friend and Julia Roberts is about to kiss, but then they go through the bridge and don't kiss? That was Noah trying to be number 1. And God damn it, Noah, when you get a chance to kiss Julia Roberts, you fucking kiss Julia Roberts.
Yes, you do.
So yeah, I don't know. I just want a product that's good. And I noticed one thing. Everyone's always mad at me. But here's the thing. WWE fans, you're happy. Why are you mad about other people? AEW fans, you're happy. Why are you mad about other people? I don't understand when you said, I want great wrestling to be at the forefront and talent and effort to be at the forefront. People say you're greedy. I don't fucking understand that. Like, you have your product. Why can't we have ours? That's the part I'm missing. And it's got one of those things, you know, I haven't promoted in a long time. There's a product that isn't being produced. That what King of Sports and Strong Style used to be, it isn't it. And like, I'm thinking about getting my fat ass up and starting a Fed. And I said I would never promote again. But there's only so many times you can be like, oh, okay, so Evil's the King of Sports. All right, got it. Throwing shit is what Gaijins do in Japan. Got it. Where's the good wrestling? Why ain't talent rewarded? Might call it fucking KocoSports talent, where we just reward talent. But yeah. Any more questions? If not, I got a couple for you, and then we're going to call it a day. Booms. I forgot how long we run. Yeah. All right.
Yes, we didn't do that.
Oh, we talked about win, loss, or tie about tonight. Win, loss, tie over the whole tournament.
Ooh, over the whole tournament, I would say tie.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat.
I feel like, you know, it wasn't god awful. I mean, it wasn't a horrible tournament, but I felt like it could have been just a little bit better. There was drama and stuff that I felt like they left on the table. They pulled the trigger on some wrong people. They didn't pull the trigger on other people. I was scratching my head on some things, but and especially the finals. While the finals was great, it just felt like contradictory to what they were building to.
Yeah. I give it a tie too, and I think the key words I want to use is missed opportunities. They had a lot of missed opportunities. A lot of missed opportunities. 3 stars, just like hockey. 1 being the highest star, 2, 3. Who's your 3 stars?
Like 3 being the highest.
No, 1 being the highest. Don't you go to
Oh,
hockey?
1 being the highest. uh, I'm sorry. What?
I'll give an example.
3 stars.
Yeah, 3
Okay.
stars.
Yeah,
So, example: number 1 star, highest star, Will Ospreay. Number 2 star, ELP. Number 3 star. Ooh, this is close. Number 3 star. I'm gonna say Tetsuya, but Hanare is very close.
Yeah, Hanare actually surprised me.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I'll tie those 2 guys. 4 stars. All right, who's your 3 stars? 1 being the best. Yeah.
Like the 3. So 3 was the absolute worst.
No. 3 is like 3 is the worst, but it's like 3 MVPs.
Okay. It's like win, place, and show. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. I'm sorry.
You got to watch more hockey, sir.
I know.
Your lack of hockeyness bothers me. If you come to Yokohama, I'll take you to a grits game.
I'm probably going to say for 3, I'm going to say Suji, just because I think this kid's got a huge upside. He's going to be something special if it's done correctly, if he's nurtured. So yeah, I'm going to give Suji my 3 star. 2 star. Let's see. God, I'm probably going to give that to Ospreay. Because Ospreay, he lost the first night, and he did
that
such
first
a good
night
job
match was horrible.
Yeah, selling that. I mean, he sold like a kick, like he threw off his equilibrium. He couldn't balance and everything. So
never do that.
He tried to make it make sense. So Ospreay always there. And my number 1 star MVP going to go Sonata.
Oh, okay. A lot of people are calling him fraud Nada here. Interesting.
He ran the table. I mean, you can't ignore that. He ran the table. He's really stepped up in his role as champion. He lost to Evil, which I feel just makes me sick to my fucking stomach. Yeah. That the only reason he lost is just because so that way we have to see Evil challenge Sonata for the championship in the road up to Wrestle Kingdom.
And no one wants to see that. No one wants to see that. I also think maybe Evil won because they're worried about in the semifinals people turning on Okada. I think that's why. I could be wrong. Just a fucking Koco theory I'm throwing out there. Because a lot of people don't think Naito was supposed to win, but it was just the internet and the fan base. You know what I mean?
I thought about that too, but it's never stopped him before.
That is true.
Remember when that Wrestle Kingdom, actually Naito won the G1. He went to Wrestle Kingdom, challenged Okada. He was, at that point, Naito was absolutely white fucking hot. I mean, LIJ was like the biggest thing. They messed with the Titantron, so it would have that big eye or whatever. I mean, he was white fucking hot. People thought, okay, this is the moment where he's going to win. He's going to take over. He's going to lead the charge. And they had Okada win and extend his win streak.
Oh, it was the worst. Yeah, I do.
So
remember that.
I really don't think at this point I mean, okay, if he was really worried about that, if he was really, really fucking worried about that, then why the fuck book anybody the way Ghetto's booking him right now? If he's genuinely worried about that.
Yeah. It's a good point. Oh man, that's a tough call. That's a tough call. And when Will Ospreay and Omega steal the show again at 1-4. It's going to be embarrassing for the IWGP Championship. That's a silver medal. That's a fucking aftermath. So, but yeah. I don't know. I know it sounds weird, Boom Boom. But is it sad that I just want talent to matter? Like, that's it. I just want talent to matter. I don't think
you're asking too much.
Like, here's the thing. Obviously, merch sales matter. Ticket sales matter. Popularity matters, but if you just made talent number one and then that stuff number two, you would do better. Look at, look at the history, It just sucks. It just fucking sucks. But here's the thing, like, it's got to the point where it's like, do I have to start my own fucking company? I already got a catch line. You ready for my catch line when I go to investors?
Yes,
I already tried it on the investors. New Japan is trying to teach New Japan is trying to reach American fans. No. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. I'm gonna make sure I get this right.
Okay.
I wrote it down so I fucking wouldn't fuck it up in a meeting. But New Japan wants 1 million fans, and I'm just one American trying to save the strong style. That's it. That's it. I just want fucking strong style. That's all. That's all. That's all I want. Am I the asshole? Maybe. I don't know, Booms. Booms, can you be my ring announcer? Can you work for minimum wage and live in my house?
Sure, why not?
Can you pronounce Tsuji's name right?
I'm pretty sure the Japanese fans would love to have a ring announcer with a very thick Southern accent.
Oh no, Noah has all. Yeah, they have English ring announcers everywhere. That's a real common. Yeah, G-Man. Do you know who G-Man is? Just a white dude in a green suit. And he does fucking the ring announcing. Yeah. So, don't worry, Booms. You'll fit in. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Have you got no more questions? I don't think I have any more questions. The G1 is my favorite time of the year. And I want to be happy again watching it. If that makes me a bad person, so be it. Booms, any last words?
Butt cheeks.
You heard it here first, kids. With that, well, I'm KocoSports on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, X, Threads. There's so many out there. Boom, boom. There's so many. And with that, I am over. Hey, boom, 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 boom.